This is the part 2 of the baby bonnet tutorial. Now let's start from the point where we had left off in the previous part. To begin with, first we shall make the edging over the sides, the base of the bonnet and the cords. So work one chain and turning sideways like this. We had worked about 9 rows. So going through each row, we will be working 2 single crochets into each of the rows sideways. So going through the first double crochet like this, work 2 single crochets. Into the next row, again work 2 single crochets. Since we have done 9 rows, for this side we will be working 18 single crochets. So here I have worked 18 single crochets. Now moving towards the base, if you remember we had left about 19 stitches unworked. So we will be working 1 single crochet into each of the stitch. Now moving towards the next side, into each of the rows we will be working 2 single crochets. So I worked single crochets on the other side too. Now in total for the base edging I have worked about 55 single crochets. Now let's start with the second round. For that, work one chain and turn your work. And the sequence of this round is very simple. Going to each of the stitch, we shall work 1 single crochet. So for the second round, in total, again you will be working 55 single crochets. So just continue working like this till you reach the other end. So I've done with the second row of edging of the base, and the sequence was to work 1 single crochet into each stitch, and in total I have worked 55 single crochets. Now we shall start with the first cord. Now before working the chains, I shall change the hook size from 4 mm to 3 mm. So for the first cord, I'll be working about 65 chains. So here I have worked 65 chains, and this measures approximately 25 centimeter. Now in case if you want the cords to be longer, then you can work more number of chains. Now let's skip the first chain from the hook, and going into the next chain, work one single crochet. Into the next, again work one single crochet. So the sequence is to work one single crochet into each of the chains till you reach the first chain. So for the first cord, I have worked 64 single crochets. Now before starting with the base edging, change the hook back to 4 mm. And going into the first stitch, work one single crochet. Now work one single crochet into each of the stitch till you reach the other end. So here I have done with the third round of base edging, where the sequence was to work one single crochet into each of the stitches for a total of 55 single crochets. Now let's start with the working of the second cord. Now before doing that, let's change the hook to 3 mm. And the second cord will be worked in same way as the first one. So we'll be working about 65 chains. Skip the first chain from the hook and work one single crochet into each chain. So that counts to 64 single crochets for the second cord. Once I'm done with the second cord, I shall get back. So here I have done with the second cord, and after working the last single crochet, I have slip stitched onto the base. So that completes the edging of the base as well as the working of the cords. Now the last step is to make a pretty bordering on the front part of the bonnet, and for that I'll be using the off-white yarn. To start with the front part bordering, first of all we'll be changing the hook size from 4 mm to 3 mm. So the front part bordering for this bonnet will be done using a 3 mm hook. Now also, if you remember, in the part 1 I had put a stitch marker into the last stitch of the 17th round. So we'll be inserting our hook into the stitch. So remove the stitch marker and insert your hook. Now for the bordering, I will be using this off-white yarn. So pull the yarn to the stitch like this. Also, we will be working the first round of the bordering on the wrong side. So work one chain and going back into the same space, work one single crochet. Now work 4 chains. Skip 3 stitches and into the 4th stitch, work one single crochet. Now work 5 chains. Skip the next 3 stitches and into the 4th stitch, work one single crochet. Now we'll be repeating the sequence of chain 4 and chain 5. So I'll do it once again. Work 4 chains. Skip the next 3 stitches into the 4th stitch, work one single crochet. Work 5 chains. Skip the next 3 stitches and into the 4th stitch, work a single crochet. So just repeat this sequence till you reach the last stitch over here. So here I have done with the first round of the bordering, and as the sequence goes, I have worked a chain 4 loop followed by one single crochet and a chain 5 loop followed by one single crochet for a total of 9 times, and to end the round I worked 4 chains. skipped the last 3 stitches and worked 1 single crochet into the last stitch. So the first round begins with a chain 4 loop and ends with a chain 4 loop. Now let's start the second round of the bordering. Work 1 chain and turn your work. And going into the first stitch, which is a single crochet, work 1 single crochet. Into the chain 4 loop, work 1 more single crochet. Now we'll be working a group of 9 double crochets into the chain 5 loop. So I've done with the 9 double crochets. Now going into the chain 4 space, work 1 single crochet. Now the sequence repeats, that is, you'll be working 9 double crochet into the chain 5 space followed by 1 single crochet into the chain 4 space. So this is the sequence that you will be following for the entire round. So just continue with it till you are done with the last group of 9 double crochets into the chain 5 space. So here, as you can see, I have worked 9 groups of 9 double crochets into the chain 5 spaces followed by 1 single crochet into the chain 4 space. Now after working the last group of 9 double crochets, I have a chain 4 space. Into this space, work 1 single crochet and we will be working 1 more single crochet into the last stitch. So that completes the second round. Now work 2 chains and turn your work. Now we will be skipping the single crochets in between and we need to work into this 9 double crochet group. So to begin with the third round, skip the first double crochet of the 9 double crochets worked and going into the second double crochet, work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. Into the next, again work 1 double crochet less 1 chain. So this you will be repeating for a total of 5 times. Now I mentioned that you need to repeat the sequence of 1 double crochet plus 1 chain for 5 times, but I have done it for a total of 6 times. Now into the second last double crochet, work 1 double crochet. So this is the sequence that you will be following for each 9 double crochet group. That is, you will be working 6 double crochets followed by 1 chain and 1 last double crochet into the second last stitch. So each 9 double crochet group will have 7 double crochets separated by 6 chain 1 spaces. Now you will be skipping the last double crochet of the 9 double crochet work, the single crochet in between and the first double crochet of the next 9 double crochet group and insert your hook into the second double crochet and work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. So the sequence repeats, that is, you will be working 7 double crochets separated by 6 chain 1 spaces into this 9 double crochet group. So repeat this sequence for each group of 9 double crochet. So I almost come towards the end of the third round by repeating the sequence of 7 double crochets followed by 6 chain 1 spaces into each of the 9 double crochet group. Now after working the sequence into the last 9 double crochets worked, we will be skipping the double crochet, the single crochet and work 1 half double crochet into the last stitch. So that completes the third round. Now we'll be working the fourth, which will be the last round of the bordering. Work one chain and turn your work. Now going into the first chain one space, work one single crochet. Work 3 chains. Into the next chain one space, work one single crochet. Again work 3 chains and one single crochet into the chain one space. I have worked a single crochet followed by chain 3 into each of the chain 1 spaces, and to end I have worked one single crochet into the last chain 1 space. So here we have 6 single crochets separated by chain 3 spaces. Now in between the 9 double crochet group we need not work any chain 3. So directly insert your hook into the first chain 1 space of the next group and work one single crochet. Again repeat the sequence, that is you will be working 3 chains and one single crochet into the chain 1 space. So as we have done over here, we need to repeat the sequence into each of the 9 double crochet group. So continue working like this. After working the last single crochet, I have slip stitched into the first chain and cut my yarn. Also, I weaved in all the loose ends on the inner side. So that completes our pretty baby bonnet tutorial. Now as you can see, this pretty botting that I have done on the front part of the bonnet really makes our bonnet very cute and lovely. Also, it turns out to be a great project for absolute beginners. So I hope you found it really very useful and interesting too. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.